If there was one simple check that could save you years of second guessing, would you take it? Because here's the truth. If love alone kept people together, divorce courts would be empty. Hey, I'm Maya from marriage.com, and we've spent years helping couples through conflicts and decoding what actually keeps love steady. So today, I'm going to give you a 3-signal relationship check you can score in real time. So you'll know if you're building a future or stuck in a slow break. Think of it as a simple wellness check for your relationship. Calm, useful, and judgment-free. You can grab a notes app. For each signal, you'll score 0, 1, or 2. At the end, I'll show you exactly what to do with your number and give you a 60-second plan you can try tonight. Signal 1. Whether every tough conversation turns into a fight. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar. You start with, "Hey, can we talk about something?" And 5 minutes later, you're both debating who forgot the dishes in 2019. It's not that you can't talk. It's that the way you're talking pulls both nervous systems into defense mode. Love can be warm, but it can't fix what we can't talk about. Here's an easy way to notice this while it's happening. Think of traffic lights. Green feels like a coffee chat. You're curious, taking turns, voices are steady. Now, yellow is that little shoulder tightening. You hear always and never. An interruption slips in a sigh, an eye roll, or your chest gets tight. That's your cue to tap the brakes. Red is 2 podcasts playing at once. You're talking over each other, keeping score, or pulling old receipts. So it's time to pull over, pause, and reset. I'll give you an everyday example for this. You say, "I've been missing our Friday time." They say, "Oh, were we supposed to do something?" "I've been slammed." You reply saying, "Totally get it. I'm not mad. Can we pick one night this week?" That's how you keep it green. If the tone edges up yellow, you slow down before it goes red. These 2 lines, they can save you hours of damage. 1, "I can feel myself warming up. Can we take 15 and come back? I want to get this right." 2, "Here's what I'm feeling, and here's what I need. I'm not guessing your intentions." Remember, repair beats being right. If we can't pause, we can't repair. And if we can't repair, resentment starts driving. What's the one line that saves you when the conversation hits yellow? Drop it below and let others borrow from your wisdom. Okay, time for a self-test. Write 0 if we rarely pause or come back calmer. Write 1 if we sometimes pause, repair, but it's inconsistent. Write 2 if we consistently pause and resume with more understanding. Okay, so did you get your first number? Signal 2, whether power is shared. Healthy couples can influence each other on money, plans, chores, intimacy, even how arguments end. If one person's preference always wins, it's not a partnership. It's a manager-employee setup. And that dynamic slowly but most likely erodes respect. Think of your relationship like a car with a 2-person steering wheel. When only one person gets to steer, the ride ends in a ditch. Maybe not today, but eventually. Let me give you another more common example. Let's say you want to save more this month. They want a weekend trip. Old script says, "My way or the highway." New script says, "What would a 10% compromise look like? Enough for savings and enough for fun." So here's 2 lines to try in this situation. What would this look like if your preference led this week and mine led next? Or I can flex here if we revisit the other matter by the end of the month. If you're nodding along, hit subscribe. We keep posting bite-sized tools to share power without the power struggle. Okay, ready for the second self-test? Write 0 if one person makes most final calls. Write 1 if influence is mixed but still uneven. And write 2 if we both affect outcomes regularly. Okay, now note your second number. Oh, one quick safety note that I'd like to add at this point is if there's coercive control or abuse in your case, this isn't a communication exercise anymore. So prioritize your safety first. Okay, let's go to signal 3. If there's contempt, that I'm above you energy, mocking, steering, name calling, or moral superiority, you can disagree and still respect each other, but contempt says you don't deserve my respect. And nothing corrodes intimacy faster. Picture your relationship like a house for a minute. Contempt is like mold in the foundation. I mean, you can paint over it with vacations or gifts, but unless you treat the mold, it spreads. There are 2 ways contempt usually shows up: built-in and burnout. Built-in is where one partner regularly talks down, "Here we go again," or "Spare me of this drama." The message is, my way of thinking is superior to yours. Burnout, on the other hand, happens when years of feeling dismissed turn into a hard shell. Now, even real repair gets met with, "Oh, now you care?" You see, the wound hasn't been addressed, so every fix sounds fake. If you want a clean slate, agree to this reset rule. I don't want to talk to you like the enemy. If we both commit to no eye rolling or name calling and to reflect the feeling before responding, I'm in. That might sound like, "I hear you're overwhelmed and lonely. Did I get that right?" Then your perspective. Now, let's come to our third and final round of self-test. A 0 equals we've seen eye rolling, mockery, or superiority lately. A 1 equals rare. When it happens, we catch each other and correct it. A 2 equals none. Respect holds even when we're frustrated. Now, lock in your third number. Time to reveal your scorecard. Add your numbers up to get a total between 0 and 6. Now, if you got 5 to 6, stands for green, strong bones. Now, keep turning up, stick with the weekly check-ins and traffic light pauses, and it should be good. I'll tell you how to do that shortly. Now, if you got 3 or 4, this stands for yellow, which says mixed signals. Focus on the mini plan that I'm about to give you. If you got a 0 to 2, this stands for red. Here, you need more support. Start with the mini plan now, and if things don't shift, consider couples work or individual help to break the cycle. In case you're wondering what the mini plan is, here's your 60-second OS update, a tiny routine that will move the needle. First step, the weekly 20-minute check-in. Same time each week. Focus on 3 prompts: high, low, and 1 ask. That's it. Second step, the light traffic pause. You see the first yellow and say pause. You return 15 minutes later, and each person gets 1 sentence. Here's what I felt, here's what I need. Third step, the 24-hour repair attempt. Within a day, one of you sends a small repair. For instance, I see how my tone landed. I'll try this one thing this week, but make sure to keep it specific and doable. Now, if you want a little extra help, we've put together a free guide on marriage.com. It covers actionable strategies for repairing a relationship after a fight, including how to calm down, what to say, and how to follow up in the first 24 hours. Links in the description. Imagine your relationship like a shared operating system. Update your safety patches, share the steering, and don't let contempt malware run in the background. Okay, so score saved? Good. Pick your next video and press play.